Well, welcome back, Don. Do you think that's how they treated him this morning? I don't know. I didn't watch. Anyway, Don Lemon is back on the air after executives benched him for saying GOP presidential candidate Nikki Haley is past her prime. According to a company-wide email, Don Lemon will participate in formal training now that he's back. No apology on the air, but 1 week after the comment, he did tweet, "I'm sorry. I've heard you, I'm learning from you, and I'm committed to doing better." A new op-ed asks, does Don Lemon's punishment fit the crime? Quote, he's young enough to know better, he's 56. Except he didn't. And that raises the more interesting question about Lemon's tiresome sexism. What should happen next? Can training change hearts and minds? Will Lemon actually learn and grow? Let's hope, but call me skeptical. Again, that's a quote. Jimmy Failla, Fox Across America host on Fox News Radio.
Hey.
Hey, I call them Lemonisms. They're sour, and they only come from him.
You know, the amazing thing is he was off TV for 3 days, but he was seen by the same amount of people as if he would have been on TV. Nobody is watching CNN, and this is why. You don't want to be lectured and talked down to in a condescending manner by people who don't have their own lives together. And that's the Don Lemon shtick, is he's always bashing somebody, so it never occurred in his flawed brain not to bash a group that his co-hosts were a part of. And that's the big issue we have here, is I'm never in favor of anybody getting fired. But CNN's put themselves in a bad spot by keeping them together. Why? Because they demoted him from primetime, but he took an alpha ego with him. And he's been so condescending to his co-hosts that I don't see any world where they want to put up with this.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, how much time do you want to spend with a guy who Googles women?
Well,
like,
you hang out.
Job.
Now, hold on, you hang out with me, so let's not put it down. I just don't talk about it out loud. I'm kidding.
Okay, and now we know that.
You found out.
Anyway, President Biden with a new gaffe. This one happened on the world stage.
I was born in a coal town of Scranton, Pennsylvania, northeastern Pennsylvania, in an Irish Catholic neighborhood. Then when Cole died, we moved down to Delaware, to a town called Claymont, Delaware, which was a working class town. And but everybody in town was either Polish or Italian. I grew up feeling self-conscious. My name didn't end in an S-K-I or an O.
Okay, we're all sober, so that was hard. Oh, my goodness. Twitter users popping off, one calling his meeting with the Polish president a rambling mess. Another asking if any of the fact-checkers want to get on this one. Another said, I thought he was Puerto Rican and raised in the black church. Well, that's because he said all that stuff. Here's a flashback.
I was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community at home.
I may be a practicing Catholic. I used to go to 7:30 Mass every morning in high school and then in college before I went to the black church. Not a joke.
I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid. I married Dominic Giacoppa's daughter, so, you know, I got a little Italian in me now.
I just never know.
Listen, I don't even have an issue with him pretending to be the first Polish Puerto Rican president who attended black church. I'm more concerned that he's still pretending to be president at this point, because it's embarrassing to the country. Like, when it comes to the world stage at this point, they should just be flying him to Epcot and telling him he's in another country. Because putting him on the world, it's embarrassing to us. Like, I laugh about it as a coping mechanism. But you know who doesn't laugh about it? Our enemies. They don't look at this and go, no, this is a guy who's sharp and on top of things. But I just want to make a really quick point, because we always joke about his cognitive state, but what this is really symptomatic of is they mentioned these groups because in the Democratic mind, this counts as outreach. This counts as connecting. Wow. Making a cultural reference means we're entitled to your support. This is how Jill Biden got in trouble, calling San Antonio breakfast tacos.
That's how Dr. Jill Biden got in trouble.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. She went to San Antonio, said they were breakfast tacos, and then threw in a bonus Bogota reference. Obviously, she meant to say bodega, but in their head, mentioning the group means you should vote for me. It's cheap. It's stupid.
All right, one last quick one. Say it ain't so. Now, Lego, excuse me, got me with Bogota. Lego is going woke. The company unveiling a range of new characters in the effort to be more inclusive. Lego says the new characters will promote diversity and understanding. Some will have anxiety issues. I don't know how you show that. One will have a missing limb, another Down syndrome. These are really important issues.
Yeah.
Do you want Lego in there?
Definitely not. But what's so fascinating about this story is the divide in the country. Republicans think it's insane that they're forcing identity politics into Legos. Democrats are upset that they didn't make a drag queen stripper. They're like, you call this a children's toy? What kind of set is this? No, it shouldn't be going on the way it's going on. But the reason they force identity into toys is because they think identity comes with a built-in political orientation. And that's what they're after here. I'm not having it.
Wow. I just want to build, like, I have a Lego set that builds the White House.
Yeah, no, imagine that. And that's the whole point of Legos. If your kid builds with them, he's smart, he's gonna be fine. If he eats them, you gotta keep an eye on that kid. That's all they were there for.
There you go. And Play-Doh is like that too. Outnumbered next.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.